Saw an old friend on the street. She said, today's your wedding. My heart stopped, the tears dropped. So my whole life passed me by. I had to see you, baby. I never ran so fast before. I rushed inside the chapel door. You were walking all alone. You turned around and heard me call. Congratulations. I hope you're happy. Congratulations. I know it should have been me. Whatever, how'd it go? Y'all let me know who sings that song, and I'll give out a shout out next week's Real Housewives of Atlanta review. Now, speaking of shouts outs, let me give a shout out on last week's review of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And the song that I was singing was Aretha Franklin, A Rose is Still a Rose. And my girl Stephanie Mill got that right. A Rose is Still a Rose, 1998 album. Yes. And let me see. Also want to give a shout out to Donnie Ray. Shouts out to Donnie Ray. I'm going to read her whole comment. She says, it's A Rose is Still a Rose, Mother, Aretha Franklin and Lauryn Hill, 1998. She says, bonus, Elise Neal's in the video. Yes, she was, darling. She says, I think that the Ice Blonde can be cute. Tamar and Monica wore it well, which is true. I said in last week's review about Ice Blonde not looking good on everybody, on all black girls or whatever. But she says, but Sheree finds the cheapest wig possible, tries to act like she's being fashionable. That's where the problem comes in. I was like, yes. She said, LOL, at even a moose can fall. Yes. I love it. I believe that's it. Yes. Shouts out to Donnie Ray and Stephanie Mill once again. Now, one of these lights went out in this kitchen, so that's why I'm looking a little gray. But, you know, that's fine, because that's kind of like how my soul is lately, child. It's a lot that's going on in my life. I hear a little bell in my head, and I feel not myself, because the personal is drowning out my soul. Anyway, let me get to these heifers. So Porsha Williams, she's becoming an actor. I remember seeing something on Tawanda Braxton's page on IG, where I believe she was in a play. I believe Vivica Fox or whoever else took the Think Like a Man, not Think Like a Man, took the Two Can Play That Game thing to a play or whatever in a hood theater near you. And I remember seeing Porsha in it along with Carl Payne, which is Cole from Martin. Who else I saw? Vivica was there. Tawanda Braxton, of course, was there. Who else was there? Porsha. Who else was on that play, child, that picture? I don't know. It's somebody. Y'all tell me in the comments who I was in the Two Can Play That Game. I believe it was a play. Who's all was in that? Besides the people that I named, and I'll give out a shout out in next week's review. As long as, you know, as well as with the song that I was singing at the beginning of this review. Okay, so anyway, Porsha's acting, and yeah, Porsha's acting. Okay, so going on to Kim and Sheree. So Kim and Sheree meet up. Sheree says, I have reservations. Kim just walks right in. Oh, I see her. Never mind. She was like, oh, okay. Wonder if Sheree could have did that. No, of course not. Okay, so they sat down, and what they did was they was planning a meeting with three of the original girls, which is Kim Zolciak, Sheree Whitfield, and Nene Leakes. But Nene never showed up, child. So anyway, Porsha and Sheree, they just sitting there talking, cackling. Sheree, lets her know what's tea and what's going on. She was just like, look, I'm dating this man in jail, and, Nene had some stuff to say about him, but, she got mug shots as well. And Kim was just like, yeah, child, I know she do, child, and all that. But, it's exciting. I hope that we can all three get back together and be cool and everything. What else happened? Somehow or another, they got on Candy, Sheree and Sheree and Kim, and Kim was just like, not for nothing, but Candy offered to eat my box too. And I say, Father God, Kim said anybody that wants to have threesomes with their husband, there's something wrong with them, yada yada yada. I don't think that I could do that with my significant other, but then again, I ain't in a relationship. I ain't really never been in a relationship, so what the hell do I know? You'll do anything for love, but it's certain things that whatever. It just shouldn't have been said. Kim, that's your opinion. But it just shouldn't have been said. I was just like, where did that come from? Child, Candy? Everybody been going around... Everybody know about that thing that you got down there. Everybody know. Everybody saying you just going around just eating the whole Atlanta out of house and home. That's what they say. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm gonna call it. I wasn't there. You ain't did nothing to me yet. But hell, I don't know. Mr. Burris says they say you got miles. That's what they say. It was like, Father God. So anyway, it was getting a little late. Sheree was just like, okay, let me call Lanithia. So they called Lanithia. Lanithia was just like, oh, bitch, you ain't get the memo. I ain't coming. I was like, ooh, you low down dirty dog. You could have texted somebody and said you weren't coming. Nene was just like, it's just so many elephants in the room. It's just so much going on. I just don't feel like I should come. Kim, last time you came to my house, you throwing glasses. Sheree, you done said many things about me, and we'll meet up later to talk to a medium, but I just don't know. And so it was just like, okay, it was just very weird. Kim brought up the fact that Brielle took some photos in Nene's house. This was the whole roaches thing. They kind of breezed over that. I thought they was going to get more in detail in that, but I guess it's still time for that. But of course you're obviously going to take up for your kids, as you should. But Brielle was straight up wrong for that. And after you cussed Nene out for going in on your daughter, you should have whooped Brielle's ass, Kim, because she was wrong for that, for sure. You probably should have, after cussing Nene out, you should apologize to Nene, because that was wrong. You don't take no roaches. But Nene say Brielle done brought them roaches with her. I say, Father God. So anyway, moving on from that scene, we have Cynthia and Kenya. Cynthia's giving out school supplies, I believe. And Mallory shows up, Cynthia's sister. And then all of a sudden Will shows up, Cynthia's current man. They're talking or whatever, and he shows up. He pops up and say he going to Brazil. So it's just like, where you going? It was like, just to Brazil. It was like, one more time, to Brazil. And apparently prostitution is legal in Brazil. And it's Brazil. Y'all heard of Brazilian butt lift, the Brazilian blowout. It's women over there with nice firm real booties and tits and hair flowing in the wind because of the blowout, child. It's competition. It's just free, so you could just fuck right down in the street. A mama and her child is rolling by, in the stroller, got the baby in the stroller, and on the other side of the street, they fucking in the middle of the street. That's just what they say. So I'm just like, well, I don't know. It might be good for a good, I don't know. Just one of the moments, child. One of the moments, it'll be an experience. I'll say that. And so he was just like, I'm just going there to see the cross and the Jesus Christ, and I ain't never known nobody go to Brazil to see something with Jesus. But y'all let me know in the comments if it's some kind of, what he said. He said a statue, or it's something in Brazil as to why he's going. But I'm just like, you ain't This is the first time Cynthia hearing about this. I mean, y'all are girlfriend and boyfriend at this point, right? Like, why you didn't ask her to go with you? Who you going over there to see? I don't know, child. Will, he's a handsome man, but them usually the ones is full of it. So moving on, Kenya pulled that child off to the side. Kenya pulled Cynthia off to the side and said, stop looking so stupid and desperate, like you are not a little girl. Like, be strong, be a woman's. And Cynthia's just like, okay. So she went over there and, was just playing with her suspenders and twirling her hair and all that. I was like, okay. So moving on from that scene, we have Cairo, Sheree's son. He comes over and he's cooking for Sheree. I was like, oh, that's sweet. So he comes over from college and cooks some burgers and stuff. They look good, actually. I ain't seen him wash his hands, though. But anyway, he comes over and cooks a meal, hamburgers and fries and things, potatoes and onions. And then she gets a call from an inmate, which is her guy, Tyrone. Call Tyrone. Call him. Every time they say call Tyrone, every time they mention Tyrone on the show, I just want to say call him. For Erykah Badu, darling. Iconic, legendary Baduism. Oh my God, iconic, queen of neo soul, NT Way. So she goes outside and she was just like, she said this in confessionals. She was just like, I just don't want to necessarily tell my kids about this guy yet because he's in jail, and I don't want to deal with no judgments and none of that, and it's just a lot with that, and I'm a little nervous about telling them that I'm talking to this guy in jail and yada yada. And then they started talking, and Nene was just like, not Nene, Sheree was just like, Nene will say some things, yada. He was just like, all you need to focus on, baby, is you. And apparently he went to jail. Sheree's man went to jail for fraud, security, and wire fraud. And what does that mean, y'all? Exactly. Tell me in the comments. And so I was just, and Sheree, she said she's seen the documents, and she says that she believed that he's innocent. So I was just like, all right. And I just pray. I'm just praying for Sheree. That's all. Let's just all pray for Sheree, child. But you can't stop nobody when they in love, child. You just got to let them set free and then fly free. The God bless her, and God bless the chateau. Okay, so moving on from that scene, child, we get to probably the main scene. Definitely the main scene of the episode. For the most part, it was pretty dull up until this point, which was a gag and a half. So we meet Mbele. She calls herself a meteor. I thought, it was like a meteor. A meteor? Don't they fall from the sky? I think she meant a medium. Ain't that's what they call a medium, People tell you, your stories, who's in your head, who come to see you, who's in beside you, all this stuff. I thought it was a medium. The Long Island medium. Is it the medium or meteor? I thought a meteor fall from the sky. Whatever. So she's sitting there, it's very voodoo-esque type of situation going on in there. Just like, Lord, she had ashes and sage and incense, and she was dressed in this beautiful African wear clothing, and she had a little wrap on, and it was just like, okay, Dwele. But anyway, Nene was the first one to arrive, and she was just like, don't tell me nothing personal, what you want me to do, just give like a very surface reason as to why you and your girlfriends are going to be here. So Nene gave that. She was just like, one of my rules though, you will not have any cell phones. I was like, oh, okay. So Nene took the phone. Second to arrive, after that was who was the second to arrive, child? The second to arrive was Cynthia was the second one to arrive. And she was just like, yeah, I'm gonna need your phones now. She shook Cynthia's hand and she shook Nene's hand. Okay. So they came in there, sat down. She's like, yeah, child, what's going on? Then here come Candy. Candy talking about she hungry. Candy always hungry. And I love that. Personally. And, you know, she came in there and she was like, oh, I don't shake hands, I give hugs. Now, she hugged Candy, but she shook Nene's hand and Cynthia's hands. I was like, okay. So they sat down and started having a conversation, you know, talking about everything that's going down with them. And the whole Candy grilling Will, you know, on the boat and all this. She was just like, I love you and I just want to make sure you're good and, you know, whatever. So then Kenya came in. She gave Kenya a hug as well. And Kenya walked off to put her umbrella down and Nene was saying something and Kenya was just like, oh, what you want me to do? And the lady was like, first of all, don't walk away when somebody is talking to you. I was like, oh, Dwele. See, I would have kicked some ashes on her ass then and walked out. But you know, you probably put a root on you. So Kenya was just like, oh, I just went to go put my wet umbrella down, wench. She didn't say that. I said that. That's what I would have said to her. But so anyway, she came back and hugged her, and they sitting around talking. Now, on the other side of town, we got Kim in these badass boots. Kim be dressing now. That's one thing I will give Kim Zolciak. I think she's tied through, and there's no point in her being on the show anymore. But Kim wears some badass clothes. But anyway, Kim had on these boots and Porsha and Sheree. So they're all talking and they all decide to come together. And you can tell that the energy kind of shifts when those three ladies walked in. Poor Porsha, she just holding on to anybody for a storyline. And you know, Kim just came back for a check, like Kenya said. I believe it, because if you have your own successful show, why did you come back to this show? You felt like you was too good, you know, you didn't need these girls no more. Yada yada, you ain't need this drama, but you right back on the show with the drama. A check. They probably offered a shit ton of money, probably. So anyway, they came in, and Dwele, you know, you could tell she wanted them to be quiet. Kim was just like, oh, I ain't giving up my phone. I got 6 kids. The lady was just like, you almost got as many as I do. I said, hell, Dwele, how many you got? 10? I was like, Lord. So after that, let's see what happened. You know, they throw a little, you know, they speak to each other, you know, a little fake haze and buys and all that. Okay, so the lady said that I'm a meteor once again, like I thought that fell from the sky. She was like, I'm a meteor, and I want to talk about some things. She said that look, I'm just gonna go around the room and start. She said, Sheree, do what you want to do and forget the rest. And you know, just do you, basically. Then the lights start flashing. I was like, Lord, here we go. She says to Candy, she says, Candy, you sometimes feel like you have deja vu moments. And Candy was like, all the time. I really didn't understand what she was saying to Candy. And that whole thing. But Candy was just like, well, let me know how I can get more money. I was like, Lord, you got enough money. Let them escape sisters get some money, and y'all all get together and act right. Candace. So anyway, she got on Cynthia. She said, Cynthia, I know that you have your own mind sometimes, and you feel how you want to feel, but this time you really need to listen to your friends, because in this particular situation, beloved, they are right. My soul got to shaking. And Cynthia was just like, look, so what else is going on? You know, her famous little line. And she was like, I'm dating Will, not them. So it is what it is. You know, Will done got in touch with that that Tang, that Pooh Nanny. Will done gave her something she can feel. And now she don't want to let Will go. You know, it happens. So, but you know, I say, okay, Cynthia, I said that though. I was like, either Sheree or Cynthia gonna get beat out of house and home, or both. Child, we gonna see with these men, child. Hopefully it don't happen, because I really do, you know, like Cynthia, and I don't wish bad on anybody ever, even if they do me wrong. But I mean, just the cards are stacked against you. Miss Cleo trying to tell you, the cards are stacked against you. The cards. So I don't know. Meanwhile, Kimberly in the background saying, "Oh, this is bullshit. I don't believe this." And Boyle and Kimberly ended up getting into it, talking about what's going on, like, and she was just like, and Boyle was just like, "I know you feel like you have a spiritual connection. I do have a spiritual connection, okay, and I just don't feel, you know, any kind of connection from you." And Belle called a Dixie cup, talking about her outfit. You know, Kenya started laughing, as Kenya do. She used every opportunity to, anytime it's somebody who she don't like, she used every opportunity to take a jab at them. And so she was just like, you know, you're not a real medium or meteor shower. You wouldn't say that to anybody, and you're supposed to be a very spiritual person and all that. And you know, they ended up getting into it, and Boyle was just like, "Look, sis, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go outside first to make sure my spirit is right. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. But then secondly, what I'm gonna do, if you don't mind, is me go outside, get some bushes, okay? Cut a branch off. Dip that branch in some cow shit, and then sprinkle it on you, so that we can both be cleansed." How you feel about that? Kim say, "Bitch, I wish you would. Go outside in the bushes, cut off a branch, dip that branch with leaves on it in cow shit, and sprinkle it on me like this." She say, "I wish you would." And Boyle, she just couldn't take Kim's mouth, and she got up and left. I think she was finna throw some sage, and she was gonna cut Kim and then put salt in her wounds. That's what she was gonna do. But Kim kind of, you know, Kim is just very smart mouthed, you know, that very smart mouth, potty mouth, you know, a trailer park type. That's just how Kim is. But you know, that wasn't gonna work with no real sister girl now. Kim wasn't, Dwele wasn't feeling it. So Candy used that as her opportunity to take over the session, as if she's a good damn coach or anything in that nature. If it ain't about music or anything like that, or running a business, Candy, I don't know. Okay. So she was just like, "Nene, you alright?" And he was just like, "I'm alright." And then she was just like, "Well, how do you feel?" You know, everything went with the tea time. She was talking to Porsha, Candy, when they had the tea party with Marlo, Cynthia, Nene, and Porsha. So Candy asked her that. Porsha was just like, "I just felt like it wasn't going anywhere." And Nene sitting over there with that same dumb look that she gave me last time. And Nene sitting over there like this, just uninterested, don't care. And Nene was just like, "How the hell this got on me?" And Nene was just like, "You ain't even solved your issues with Porsha," talking to Candy. Talking about the elephant in the room. Candy was just like, an elephant can live a long time, which means that Candy can be mad at Porsha however long she wants to be, and which she will, because we've proven that with Escape as to how long Candy can be mad at somebody. 20 plus years, darling. So anyway, after that, I like that. Poor Sheree spoke up, and she was just like, "Yeah, Nene, you're talking about an elephant in the room. You said you have an issue with all three of us, so what's your issue with me?" And Nene was just like, "What, girl? What?" And Sheree was just like, "Yeah, but you got mud shots too. You talking about Tyrone got mud shots." Nene said in her confessional, "It's the difference from getting a mug shot, sis. going to jail for like an hour or two or a day or a week versus going to prison. Okay, you date somebody locked up for 10 plus 200 years and all that. And then Kenya, she chimed in, was just like, is it true that he got locked up for this crime? And she was just like, yeah, this is business, whatever. Kim started making comments. Kenya was just like, I'm just so sick of your nasty attitude. What's your issue with me? Kim got on her phone. Kenya was just like, I'll talk to you when you put down your phone. Kim was just like, well, you ain't gonna never talk to me because I ain't gonna never put down my phone, ho. So then all of a sudden the meeting was pretty much over. They got up and left. Cynthia, she chimed in. She was talking. She wanted to know what was there before they got up and left. She wanted to know what was Kim and Kenya's real issue. Kim wasn't saying nothing. Cynthia was just like, no. Kenya was like, I don't know. She's always had an issue with me. She came for me at the party, and y'all said she said something to me about Sheree when I was giving fun shade to Sheree at her thing, which you shouldn't have did that, Kenya. And so, but she did come for you at Nene's party. She did for no reason. But obviously she was still mad about whatever. Last time you got her, I guess she felt like you got her, so she didn't say that. So, she was like, yeah, and Cynthia agreed with Kenya. She was just like, yeah, you wasn't doing nothing to her that time. And so after they got up and left, before they left, Kim said to Cynthia, hey, talking about just sit there and don't speak. Just sit there and be pretty if you don't know everything that you're talking about. Cynthia better one than me. Sit there and be pretty, which means that just sit there and be stupid, basically. And Cynthia was just like, what do you mean? Like, I have a voice. I can speak when I want to. Cynthia ended up hugging her. I would have cussed her out then walked out, but whatever. Because she shaded you. She shaded the hell out of you, Cynthia. Saying just sit there and be pretty. Meaning, and models have that stereotype where they're just, pretty and don't have a brain. If I only had a brain, I was like, ooh, she tried it. Kim was real nasty. Kim's been real. Get Kim off the show. Please get Wig off the show. So, anyway, after that, Nene wanted Kim to stay behind. So they stayed behind and talked. And Nene was just like, I just want to know why our relationship is so up and down. Kim was just like, I don't know. You tell me. And Nene was just like, I just really want to talk to you and solve this. Kim was just like, well, I felt like you was on drugs at your party. Like you just wasn't yourself. But she apologized about the whole throwing the drinks thing. But she was just like, yeah, you just don't seem like you yourself lately. I don't know what's going on with you. I asked myself the same thing. And I think the whole drug thing really set Nene back. She wasn't expecting Kim to say that to her. She said that she felt like Nene was taking pills, and she was popping pills and all that. And I was just like, child, you trying it, Kimberly. You are really trying it, Kimberly. It's like, Lord. She can't just say whatever out of her mouth. It's just whatever. Well, she's entitled to say whatever she wants out of your mouth, but just be entitled to get a hand slap from the right one. You just ain't met the right one. These ladies on the show ain't gonna do nothing to you. So, And plus, you and Nene been battling back and forth for years, but it was just tired and through. So, obviously, Nene and Kim ain't gonna be friends anymore. Ain't no, saving that friendship. Look, when I clap my hands like that, the light shine through a little more. Now y'all can see me a little better. Ain't that good? Look at God. Look how God comes through. Okay, the last thing I'm going to talk about really quickly is on my girl Lady Nika. Shouts out to Lady Nika. I love you, darling. She's on YouTube, by the way, Lady Nika. Nika is spelled Nyca. She posted on her Instagram the tweets that Candy and Kim was saying back and forth to each other while this episode was going on. And my friend was showing me at the restaurant that we were at earlier, but he didn't send them to me, so I'm glad that I saw him on somebody's page. So anyway, I want to follow her on Instagram. It's Lady_Nika, and remember, Nika is spelled Nyca. Okay, so Candy said, because I remember earlier, Kim was just like, yeah, Candy offered to eat my box too. I'm just like, ooh, Lord, Candy, I'm telling you, that tongue and that cat, serious. Candy was just like, she says on Instagram, see, look at it right now. Focus. Shit, it won't focus. But anyway, Candy says, I'm sick of these bitches lying on me at Kim Zolciak. I have never wanted you or your box. And stop swearing on your kids while you're telling lies, lying ass bitch. Somebody's really reaching for a permanent peach here. This is my house. You're just a visitor. I was like, ooh. But Kim was original now. Candy, you see how the light just got back down? Or whatever. See, you can't make magic happen twice. And Kim Zolciak was like, if anybody's lying, it's at you, Candy. You and your husband are full-on swingers, fucking all kinds of girls and can never admit it. And bitch, if it weren't for me, there would be no house. Remember, I built this house. It wasn't just you, but you was a part of it, Kim. But Candy, you know, she's doing quite well. She came on season 2. So, I mean, hell, you know. You was there from the beginning, but kinda so was Candy. You know, she just came a little after you, sis. And what else? Porsha said, oops, you know, just being messy and stuff. Y'all know Porsha, you know, don't nobody want to deal with Porsha. Don't nobody want to film with her. Don't nobody want to see her on the show. And she's just grasping at straws at this point for anybody who want to film with her. And thank God she got Sheree and, you know, now Kim Zolciak. So, it can only go up from here, hopefully. It's Real Housewives of Atlanta seems like it's getting more and more juicy, more and more interesting. They have a lot of dull moments, so I really want them to fix that and get that shit together. I mean, you know, it's fun seeing these girls when we love them and all that, but they tired. It's just like, come on, give us back-to-back action. It's 10 years in now. Let's go, Bravo. Let's go. With that said, I'm Mr. Chalaki. Mr. Chalaki on Google Plus. Follow me at ItsKingsWorld on Instagram and Twitter. At ItsKingsWorld89 on Snapchat. Chase King was here on Facebook and all the good stuff. All my social media moments will always be in the bottom bar below. And thanks, Lady Nika, for the tea, darling. Yes! Alright. Well, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.